Still fucking doing it. Well,
All we got is his crotch hanging. Oh no, we no, go, no.
yeah,
Do
yeah,
not
yeah.
record
We're
this.
recording yeah, dude. If we're gonna write a damn book and we want material, I mean, this shit's gonna be good too. I mean, yeah,
Okay, let's get that. That's much more heroic. There we go. Look at that. You see the joy in his face. Pure joy of flight right there.
yeah, and like that's except for his arm, his left arm being up, like that's his whole pose, like his left arm with his right arm down. You see it. There were several photos
So
on his Facebook.
that arm should be down.
Hmm, excuse me, his left arm down at an angle a little bit. Like I looked at it, I was like, yeah, I've seen this before. It's like Avery walking with his towel. He's got that whole
Mm.
snap, and you can see him across the fucking field, 7 holes away, and he's it's just distinctive.
All right, so I have not sent you. I don't have the script yet.
Yeah.
So again, we're kind of oops, I don't know why I say that. So just okay, so what I have here is origin story. Um, do we want to go from there to early tour stories? And I think we should go from origin story to early tour stories to then talk about him being a player promoter, which leads into the memorial.
That seems like a pretty good progression.
Now, where in that do you want to mention? Do we want to introduce the Discraft sponsorship?
Well, that's probably going to come up in the touring thing, I would think.
Okay.
Wouldn't you think?
Yeah. So because and I do apologize with my time being and I went to, I had a optometry appointment today, so they dilated my pupils, so I'm only getting now back to regular. I don't know if you can see. Are they still dilated?
You look like you look normal. If
Okay, good.
all,
Yeah.
yeah, like the way I'm used to seeing you.
Okay. Squinty
Yeah, like
eyes
that.
style.
Look like that. I think you know what
Anyways, so we're
I
not
think you know
scripted.
what I'm talking about.
We're gonna have to go a little more try to be intuitive with each other and just like intuitively bounce to each other because I don't know if there's enough time for me to try to or well, let me see. Maybe there is. Hold on.
Well, it's 7:06. I haven't got any frantic texts from Dan or Keith yet, so
Okay, so we got 25 minutes.
Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah, come on. So, dude, I read this article. I kind of got sucked into this article this morning about the game between the Avs and the Red Wings. Are you familiar with the game I'm talking about? The one that like Patrick Waugh and Mike Vernon got into a fight in, and like Claude
oh,
Lemieux, like when McCarty took revenge on the Lemieux and like drug him over to the fucking bench to show the dude that Lemieux put the cheap shot on. It's like, hey, look, here you go. Look, I got him for you. This is settled now. And like,
I would I wouldn't say I'm terribly familiar with it, but I know it.
dude, the one thing that like stood out to me, one of the things that stood out to me the most was that I think Don Koharski was the ref, and he fucking only gave out 22 minutes of penalty time on that whole motherfucker.
Of course.
22, dude, 22. No fighting majors, because it's just like, well, what are you gonna do? Like, not even like the instigator for Patrick Waugh or anything like that, because like those guys, like Patrick Waugh went and jumped into the thing, and then Vernon came down there, and he's like, "Oh, you want to go? You want to go?" And like it was like there was a flying tackle in there and shit, all kinds of shit, man. It was all grainy, fucking 90s video. But it was interesting because like Randolph and I talked about that game years ago, and I didn't see it. But Daryl Ray, the guy that calls our games, he was one of the commentators.
Right. Because didn't he play for the Red Wings?
If he did, it was brief. I think most of his time was with the Oilers
Oh, okay.
and Hartford. He played for Hartford.
Okay, so in terms of the show,
Yeah,
um, just we're
yeah,
gonna
that is
start.
a happy Dan look over your shoulder, by the way.
Yeah, right. So we're gonna go with I'm just gonna start with my intro. Whatever is before that is whatever, but start with my intro, and then why don't I or do you want to jump in and say, hey, one of our first areas of businesses, we want to talk about the origin story. Do you want to jump into those kind of things? Do you want to take
Origin,
over
like
from there?
meaning where did he start and all that. I mean, how did he get started? What was his first disc? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Now,
So but let's
I
also
yeah.
like before we introduce him,
Mhm.
we should touch on, hey, here's what we're going to be doing going forward. We're going to try to flex it between Tuesdays and Thursdays, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, sometime in that range, depending on what works for them and for us, because it's kind of hard to pin it down to the same day. And just kind of let everybody know that we also have people scheduled up for the next 4 weeks, meaning we got Kevin next week. We got Jennifer Allen. We got two Okies in a row. So we got Kevin and then Jennifer Allen and then Brad Schick and then Jonathan Poole and then hopefully Harold starting in May.
I think you should introduce everybody before we start.
Yeah, yeah, I can do that. No problem. And I mean, it'll depend on, well, playoff schedule for sure is going to be a factor in whether people like that or not. I mean,
Right.
I'm
Well,
like
you
this. We
yeah.
like it.
Well, I mean, you go with that kind of. I mean, that's honest Mace Man stuff. Boy, we're gonna have to do flex dates because my stars are in the playoffs.
And I got tickets. I'll be going.
Okay,
Coming
hold
around.
on one sec.
You can go too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have the sliding right. I can't really do much about it tonight, but it's still, I mean, it hasn't been right yet.
I think that's a little better, but it's just now your face is kind of dark and in shadows.
Well, I can brighten that part of it, but like just the way that it reads up on my glasses just doesn't
Oh,
seem to.
You don't have that anti-glare shit going on? ASA. So we definitely need to have. Do you think RJ Jerez would want to be on?
Fuck yeah, if we I don't know if he's got a yeah, he'd want to be on. We could get him on for sure.
Cool.
Um
I'd love that. Now, I always only ever knew him as RJ Jerez the third. But when I look back on certain tournaments and I see Robert Jerez, is
that's
that
his dad.
RJ?
That's
Okay.
Bob.
So I thought he was always referred to as Bob, but RJ has always been RJ.
Well, yeah, I mean he's yeah, pretty much or son or Mijo. That's what Bob calls him. Mijo.
Mijo.
He
Okay.
calls he calls his daughter Mija.
So let's just stick with this. Here we got a few minutes left. Uh, once we once we go on, once we're starting to live stream to Facebook, once the show starts, you're gonna explain the fact that we've got the next bunch of guests lined up, who they are, and the fact of flex times for playoffs. Then I'm
And
gonna
golf.
jump.
I mean, it's golf too. It's. I mean, shit. It was
No,
vacation. It
no,
was golf. It was
let's just stay with playoffs. That's fine enough. And that's maybe a time when you can talk about how we're gonna revive our playoff predicts once the as soon as whatever show before whatever show whenever the playoffs are announced, the format with the brackets.
okay. So I think that we should let some other people like Kevin McCoy may or may not want to be in that, but like we should like pick a couple other people
Okay.
and like maybe we just do a little quick 10-minute segment of every show
Okay.
with these people, and maybe we don't do it with them. Maybe we just do text with them or something like that. I don't know, but I think that we should.
Is Kev into hockey?
I've taken him to a playoff game. I don't know that he's
Mm,
following it, but he's into sports enough that he would.
okay.
That if we said, "Hey, here you go. All right, we want you to be involved too," and he can just be our wild card guy. You know, what I mean, but he would look it up. He would do a little bit of homework and see what's up when the playoffs start, and then he could at least give us some picks. And he's funny. I mean, he'd be a good person. I think that'd be fun to have him on board. I was just thinking about it today when I was thinking about our next shows, and like, I mean, he's going to be on right before the playoffs, like next week, so it'll be a little before the playoffs, like, but we could still fucking warm him up to it and see what he says.
Okay. So getting back to Dan, where we want to talk about his origin story. I've done a little research. Again, we have someone with a light digital imprint, but he grew up in, or at least he's a graduate of Cairo. The Cairo, what's the fucking school? Cairo International, not a university. Hmm, I wrote that down somewhere. Now I can't find it where it was. But so one of the reasons why he really jumped into touring quickly, he has said in other interviews, was because he did grow up overseas and he didn't really have a great experience in the United States until his late teens. And Arizona, I think, was his only state that he's ever lived in. So when he got into disc golf, that was a perfect opportunity for him to open the roadmap and go where he will.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now, yes, Cairo American College in Egypt. Notable alumni: Steve Kerr, who may or may not have been in the school at the same time as him, and Machine Gun Kelly,
Who's Steve Kerr?
coach of
Oh,
the
is that right?
Golden State Warriors. But he was also a player too. I think he played with Jordan. Pretty sure he did.
He played. Yeah, he played some for sure.
Um, okay, so Dan's the story that he's told on multiple occasions on how he got into it was he was working as a drywaller in Mesa, and out the window of the project that he was working on, he could see guys throwing frisbees in the park. So, do you want me to set that up, or do you want to take that and set it up for his origin story?
You mean like saying when you were a drywaller in Mesa, Arizona?
Yeah, in 1984. 1984, you're drywalling in Mesa and you see people throwing in the park. That could lead you into, your questions about, I mean, that's how we know how he found out about disc golf, but what was his first disc?
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so I'm just writing this down here. Mace.
Fucking make it up as we go.
Okay, so you want to ask him first disc. We want to jump from there fairly smoothly into his early tour stories. So maybe you want to ask him about his early heroes. Wait, I mean his first disc. What other questions you might want to ask around that? But do you want to delve into his early heroes?
Yeah, sure. I mean, early disc heroes.
Yeah. Um,
And
and
then,
then
I mean,
maybe
like, that's probably what's gonna, what kind of prompted him to move to hit the road, you know? I mean, like those heroes, I would assume one of them probably was someone that said, "Hey, you should go do this elsewhere."
okay. So I hope you don't mind, but I'd like to jump in. I want him to just for our Canadian viewers and for our Canadian content. I want him to walk through the 1991 Can-Am series.
Oh, well, hell yeah, dude. I mean, like, didn't he play it all?
He played every one of them, and he won the 10th event, the final event. He didn't win the overall points bonus, but he got fourth in the overall points, and that was like an extra 750 US just for showing up at every event. Not bad.
And laughing a lot.
And laughing a lot. Okay, so from the early tour stories, after we have his fill, I also want to ask him, or maybe you can ask him when you're talking to him. Yeah, maybe you should throw this in there. Is ask him about the story of his PDGA number.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay, so that's a good little topic for you. The Can-Am Stars is a good topic for me. And then why don't we get you to jump in and ask him about his initial connection with Discraft, or if he mentions it, say, I just want to revisit you mentioned about Discraft. Let's talk about your placement on the team, your fact that you're the team co-captain.
He's the co-captain with you, Labari.
I guess so. He says it just, I mean, the the
How
information
many
that you find on both,
co-captains is there?
I don't know, but the information you find on Innova and Discraft's website regarding their team is horribly out of date. It's just ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
there's a lot of motherfuckers on both of those teams now.
Well, yeah, but even the old motherfuckers, their shit hasn't been updated.
Interesting. I still see you.
Oh boy. Okay, so from you talking about Team Discraft, I'm gonna then pivot into player and promoter. And do we really want to talk about what, or maybe I should ask, what is it that we want to try to bring out of him about the memorial? I know that you had said we talked about it, and I agree with you, and he's covered it in many areas, but do we want to pull that out? Is that a topic we want to dwell on, or do we want to maybe focus instead on spinners in the green?
Well, so let's just touch on how many of them he's played in.
Okay.
Let's see, because I mean, like, there's 35 of them, right? So I just wonder how many of them how many of those 35 he's been a participant in, and then at what point did he jump in there? Because he wasn't running them for 35 years. I don't think.
No,
I don't think he was involved in that early. I mean, the first few.
no, Mike Hughes was an
Cool.
Old Arizona guy named Mike Hubie Hughes. Okay, so I'm gonna save this. Yes, there's Ginnelly. There he is. Untitled. Okay, and then I'm going to export that to. Are you working on a PC or an Apple?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so now let me just email this to you.
Oh, hold on. Hey, what's up, dude? All right, cool. I'm an idiot. I apologize. I figured it out today too. I was like trying to look you up and shit, and I was like, I don't fucking obviously know how to spell your name.
Who's this?
Yeah. Come on, whenever you're ready. We're doing a
Oh,
little practice, and then we'll just go to live. So, all right, cool. All right, bye. It's Ginnelly. He's coming.
okay. Yeah, I just
Spelled his name wrong.
send you send you the script.
Oh, cool.
I wish I had more time to get that photograph of Ginnelly with Sue. Have you seen his Facebook page?
Oh yeah.
That is such a beautiful fucking photo of him. I swear, he looks like there. I'm gonna start with that one. Oh no, see I don't know how to format the photographs so they fit properly. Just go with this one. All right, where is that? There. I'll go with this one here, Mr. B. There he is.
What up?
Hey, what are you
Yo.
doing, dude? What's
Oh,
up?
not bad
Oh,
here.
Dano, you got tech support there. Way to go, buddy.
Tech support, absolutely. I need all the help I can get. How's it going, guys?
Oh man, so much better to see your
Hey, what's
face. Come
up?
on, are you kidding me?
Sound okay? Been a long time, right?
It's
Did
been a
you hear
long time.
him? Are you?
Yep.
You
No,
can hear me?
he's
Sweet. I wonder if my hat's distorted like yours. So your hat
No,
looks
because we got these
somehow
weird. We put these
we
backgrounds up,
put
and
these
that makes it
backgrounds
green
up.
distort where your
screen
head stops.
background. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
so
I
see,
you
have
you
know
guys.
it's
So
not.
you're
No,
paying.
you're like for real. You're like,
I I have that background so I can choose different
Oh
photos.
my. Oh my. Too
look
funny.
at that happy guy.
Look at this guy, right? Look at that guy. I want
What
to
I
play golf
can't
with
I
that
can't
guy right there.
I can't see it. Oh man.
You can't
Oh,
see
wait
that
a minute.
photo?
No, don't do that.
No, that's a fun one.
I know, but I don't.
Well, I think he's just saying like on the introduction when he
Oh,
introduced,
oh,
you know,
okay.
he'll kind of go through and
But
cycle
didn't
that.
you do that?
What's that?
They did it or you did it?
I didn't know. He just grabbed it from the website or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Keith's just messing with something. So
I was
thought
just
he
saying
did
we
it.
could put a background, but we got a bunch of cool stuff, discs and posters, so
Yeah.
it's not like you really need a background.
Oh
or
yeah,
anything.
your background's fine.
What I really wanted though, instead of this photo, was the picture from your Facebook page. That's like pure. I don't know. I mean, I understand it's Jeff Spicoli got the reference in that, but I'm thinking Point Break, Patrick Swayze. I wanted that picture of you and Sue, and what is that, Alex on your knee?
Alex is, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if I'm familiar with that picture. If I
it's
remember.
it's on your Facebook profile.
Yeah, well, Keith or Sue did my Facebook. I am not a social media person.
Yeah, I think Sue set that up back in the day, and I'm not even sure.
So
Yeah, she would've had
Sue
you,
probably did it. Yeah, and I don't really,
Pop it up there real quick.
All right,
It's not centered, but pop it up there real quick. It's a good one.
Okay, so the problem is it's not centered, and it's going to look really bad out of context here. I'm just warning you, okay? But here we go. Let me find it here.
Scroll through a few pictures and stuff.
Look at that. That is not. I mean,
Oh my God!
What is this hammock right here? What is this? Is a freaking gorilla right there, dude. Yeah, no, so.
Oh,
no, I have that picture on my phone. Are you kidding me? Yeah, you could tell I didn't wear much clothes back then. Yeah.
I don't know. What did you shave more, your chest or your chin back then?
No, I never shaved my never. Uh-oh, what happened?
I want to make sure. No, hold on. I'm just closing this main. So let me just make sure it still works.
So I never. My hair was so light you couldn't even tell. You know, yeah, no shaving. But I had friends who shaved. Most of them were into, like boxing or something.
Alrighty.
All right. We could probably still talk while he's doing something. I don't know what he's doing. I'm wearing a hat just because my head is so shiny. I don't think that it would look good on the. I mean, I have no problem.
Neither one of us. Oh yeah, I see. You do have a reflector going up there. Neither one of us make any excuses. We just roll with it.
Yeah, no, that's all good. So Dano, just so you know, maybe Keith tripped in on this, but when we start, I have an intro for you. So what I've been doing for the last 7 years has been the intro host master and roast master for the Toronto Island Maple Leaf, and
for the Toronto what?
For the Toronto Island tournament.
Okay,
so they've gone to tea times, and I introduce everybody, and I'm the monster of ceremonies and the host with the most roasts, and I use the opportunity as like almost a Comedy Central style roast. It's not going to be that deep with you, I promise. It may get, there may be a tiny little shot taken, just so you know, but it's in good fun and good humor and hopefully well written.
Yeah, I majored in sarcasm and I can take it. I mean, for one, you couldn't be a good player, I'm sure. I have no idea how it is nowadays, but I'm sure they dig a little bit on each other while you're playing,
right.
So yeah, whatever.
That would be an interesting topic to talk about is what was like the side talk between players back in the day. Well, save it for now. Save it for now.
Save it for now. And hold on. Okay, so here's the deal. We're gonna I'm gonna talk real quick before we introduce you about our schedule coming up and what we're gonna be doing. And like I'm about to go live on Facebook. So and then Paul do the rest and we'll introduce you, but you'll come in with us too.
It's no fair that he's got a cocktail and I don't. That's not cool.
Sorry.
So I shut the light off from back.
I'm not gonna be.
No, I'm just joking. So I shut a light off behind me because I thought it was changing the light. Am I okay?
You're all right. Don't worry about it. You're perfect. There's nothing wrong with any of that.
Well, is that better?
No, I'd go the other way.
You know what that does? I think it reduces the glare off your glasses just a little bit.
Well, I don't have to wear them. They're just readers.
That is always tricky.
Yeah. Yeah, my eyes are they're 125s. So I don't really need them. I just can't read my phone or anything like that.
All right, so hey, we're gonna go live, y'all.
How long are we doing this?
Just 1 hour.
Okay.
All right, go live. Here we go.
Yeah, everything's cool.
All right, we're live.
Are we?
Welcome. Well, I see we're being streamed to Facebook. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Good
Yeah.
Time